Alright, what's up guys? This is Southern Kip again. Tonight, for Tuesday, I'm just going to do a little bit of a relaxing stream. I just got finished with my Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past stream on Sunday. Spent all last week working on that. I actually got a request to do some Donkey Kong Country. And I haven't played Donkey Kong Country in a long time, so I went ahead and downloaded it on my Wii U. And I'm going to fire it up and just kind of relax tonight and play some good fun platforming action. And I will also make a point to, I have a lot of great memories about this game because it's one that I had when I was growing up on Super Nintendo. So I'm sure I'll talk about that a lot. Not to mention that this game has excellent music in it, so it'll be fun to just kind of chill and listen to that and think back. And I'm missing, normally I have a Mellow Yellow with me. I'm missing that tonight. I'm going to lay off the caffeine, but I got some Gatorade. So I was in 6th grade when this game came out, and I got it for Christmas that year. And really enjoyed playing it, you know, especially over that Christmas break, which was always fun. Getting a video game over Christmas break, but as you can see, I have not played on this one, game at all because I just got it tonight. So let's get this thing started. And full disclosure, I was a pretty big nerd growing up. Not much has changed. Prior to Christmas of that year, when this game came out, I had a subscription to Nintendo Power Magazine. In fact, I'll talk about this again later, but if you look at the bottom right-hand corner of the stream, there's actually an ad from Nintendo Power a few months before Christmas, and it includes all these games that had recently come out that, you know, they were trying to promote for, you know, kids to get for Christmas, and Donkey Kong Country was on there. And I remember looking at that ad and wanting a bunch of those games, so we'll talk about that later. I actually ended up getting several of them. But even nerdier, a couple months before Christmas, probably in October, my mom bought me Donkey Kong on Game Boy. Like, regular Donkey Kong came back out, and by the way, that's an excellent game. And she also bought me the tape, the cassette tape of Donkey Kong Country music, like the soundtrack, and I wore that thing out. So that, you know, listening to the music in the game kind of reminds me of that. So again, I'm not any kind of pro Donkey Kong player. This isn't some kind of like speedrun thing. I'm literally just hanging out, playing the game. I have figured out that, you know, I started streaming a few weeks ago, and I started off with a couple games that I'm like super familiar with, that I've played a ton. And one thing I realized very quickly is, like, you know, when you're like super familiar with a game, you feel confident playing and talking about it, but then when you're just playing a game for fun or you don't remember everything, it's a little more nerve-wracking. So this is just a fun run for this game. I Call Peach, Donkey Kong, so pumped to see this. Awesome, I Call Peach, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. This was a special request, so I decided that I needed to play it. It's actually technically the first request I've ever had by anybody watching my channel, so I guess it's a fun moment for me to be able to play it. So welcome to everybody watching. I'd like to point out real quick, I was talking about this earlier, but I got this for Christmas when I was in 6th grade, but I had a subscription to Nintendo Power Magazine, and if you look at the bottom right of my screen right now, you'll see like an advertisement from Nintendo Power with a bunch of games on it that was right around that time, and this game is on there. And I remember looking at that ad when I was a kid, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to get the game, is because there were so many cool advertisements for it. So I got great memories of playing this all during Christmas break and afterwards, but it's been a really long time since I played it. So, and I'm not exactly the best platformer gamer there is. I'm usually better at the RPGs and stuff like that. And I Call Peach, is this, it seems like you would like to see this game. Is this a game that you used to play when you were a kid, or what? And if so, who was your favorite character? Oh, I died. Only 2 boards in, I've already got my first death. So I warned you guys that I'm not the best platformer, gamer there is, but hopefully I can lock it in here and start getting relatively far. I am going to see how far I can get tonight, because I'll probably end up streaming this again on Thursday and just go ahead and try to beat the whole thing. So we'll see how far I can get. And now the sun comes back out. I always thought that was a cool graphic. I Call Peach. Heck yeah, I think I may have even beat it. I think I liked Diddy best. He felt lighter than DK. I agree. Diddy was always my favorite player to play too. I usually would play Donkey first though, which is weird. I guess I was trying to save Diddy for if I got hurt. And another interesting thing about this game is that it might have been the summer of 1995 or something like that. Blockbuster Video had a video gaming competition. And that year, it was like a special Donkey Kong cartridge. And you would sign up to compete. And the person that got the most bananas within like 3 minutes of playing the game or something won. But it had different scoring rules. Like if you went into like a bonus area, you would get like extra bananas or something. So I actually entered where I was living in South Carolina, and I think I got 3rd place. And then one of my friends from the town that I had moved away from at the time, Rainbow City, Alabama, one of my buddies, his name was Derek, he actually won for his location. So I always thought that was really cool. Oops. Alright, there we go. And I'm sure anybody who's ever played the game knows that the graphics on this game were like really cutting edge at the time. Rare, who is the company that made this game, I don't really remember their whole backstory, but I remember there was actually maybe even like a video that came out prior to the game being released promoting it, and I always thought that the graphics were super cool. Here we go. Forgot about this. So I Call Peach, if you're still around, did you ever play any of the other Donkey Kong Country games, like 2 or 3, or was this the only one you played? I actually never played any of the ones after this one, but I've heard good things about those as well. Okay, the music in these boards, always very peaceful and soothing and cool. Oops. Well, I didn't mean to let the Marlin swordfish guy go, but I guess I'll just keep rolling here. Yeah, you think this was the only one that you played? That's cool. I remember the second one, whoops, the second one had a girl in it, Dixie Kong, and but I never actually played that one. The only other Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong related game I played after this was Diddy Kong Racing. Do you remember who the main boss is in this game? Yes, I do, actually. The main boss in this game, his name is King K. Rool. And he's basically just this giant, like, I don't know, what you call those guys, Kremlins or something? But whatever that little gator guy looking thing is, lizard thing, those guys, he's like a big one of those with a big crown on his head. And oddly enough, one of my favorite like content creators on YouTube his name is Pro Jared. He did a video on there was a Donkey Kong Country cartoon, and in that cartoon for some reason they named him King K. Rool, but it's supposed to be King K. Rool. And he's on a pirate ship at the end of this game. Oh yeah, wait, I did play the second. Don't remember much except Dixie's hair let her spin. That's right. I never played it either, but I do remember seeing that. And that let her like basically kind of float around or whatever. I guess I should mention I actually did play the Donkey Kong Country on Wii, but kind of like this, I never owned it. Well, excuse me, I did own this game, but kind of like this, I only played it mostly over Christmas break. One year my brother-in-law brought it and I played it, and I actually thought it was really fun. So I haven't played the one on Nintendo Wii U, but I might actually get that at some point in the future. I don't know, if this stream goes well, maybe I'll buy that and play that on a stream or something. To me, when I think of Donkey Kong Country, the barrels are actually what I think of the most because to me, they're kind of like what differentiates this game from like Mario games. Like the barrels always stick out to me. All right, let's chat up with Candy Kong. Looking very pink. And we got Very Naughty's Lair. Look at all those bananas. Seems like if Donkey Kong got all of these bananas back, he'd just be content to go home and chill with these bananas, but I guess he wants more. Impressive speed with the barrels. Thank you. To be honest with you, that's mostly a result of me getting in too big of a hurry, and then most of the time it doesn't work, but sometimes I get lucky and it looks good. Alright, now I don't know if it's the next board or the one after that, but I remember that there is a minecart sequence coming up, and I was always really bad at that growing up. I can't even get up here to get the freaking frog. Here we go. My goodness, I guess I don't like the frog very much. Great music in here as well. And if I had the frog, I could get a lot more bananas. Well, I did not mean for that to happen. Whoop, whoop. Darn frog. Yeah, that frog, man. Oh, here's the minecart. Okay. I'm gonna focus really hard right now and see if I can just luck box my way through it the very first time so I don't have to sit here and get frustrated over and over again. So, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna relax here. I'm usually very, very bad at these sections of the game. least we made it to the halfway point. Ah. Oh boy, I've got a chance. I think I got a few more carts and a few more guys to hop over. Oh, so lucky. Alright, we should be getting near the end here. I think we've got a few more guys to hop over. A few more mine carts. Yeah! Alright. Sorry, Alcohol Peach, I didn't see your words of encouragement until just now. I had to focus, but thank you. Glad we got through it. I'm really glad that I don't have to go back and redo that multiple times. I cannot even explain how excited I am about that. I spent many lives on that board as a kid. Whoop, whoop. Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to carry that with me or what. There's Diddy. Woohoo! I never make it on the first round. Yeah, I don't either. I guess blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Alright. Oh, that was not very smart. Alright. I always feel a lot better when I get to the halfway point, because then it's like pressure's off, you know? Whoops. Didn't mean for that to happen. Alright, if I can find this G, I'll get a 1-up. Which, I don't make a point to go for the Kongs every time, but if I'm close, I feel like why not, you know? And got the darn frog again. Says, I think if you roll the tire to a certain spot, there was a surprise you could reach. Yeah, I think so too, and I made a mistake and I couldn't get back. Oh crap. I couldn't get it to come out. Wait, this is not even the way I'm supposed to go. This is like, that's the way you go if you can't roll. So I basically just backtracked into my own death for no reason. Let's try this again. I'm gonna backtrack and get this tire. The tire, you know, actually is kind of a neat mechanic too. This game, even though it's, you know, a relatively traditional platformer in a way, there are some pretty cool elements to it that are unique, that were different, especially than what was out there at the time. Let me get this frog again. I don't remember the frog's name. I'm gonna call him Hoppy, just because that seems like the most generic frog name. Come on, Hoppy. Oh, I did forget that Hoppy can, he can hop on the bees, so that's actually kind of a big advantage right here. Where's that G? It's gotta be around here somewhere. There we go. I also thought the balloons were a neat touch. I probably don't need the tire to get up there since I have Hoppy, but I'm gonna put it on there just in case. Oh. Alright, excellent. Let's move on. One more and we get to save our game at Candy's, which is actually a big deal. I remember as a kid, sometimes I would beat the mine cart, but then I would die before I could save it, and you'd have to go back and do it again. So beating this board is actually pretty important. Oh, I hated these guys. I'm just gonna run as fast as I can and hope for the best. Usually boards like this are sometimes designed to just kind of like go fast. So it's kind of like if you just sort of trust yourself and roll with it, you can be okay. I did not mean to do that. Okay, halfway point, that's good. All right. Oops. Oops, I thought it would go the other way. There we go. Gotta go quick, gotta go quick. I think we're near the end here, relatively speaking. Ooh. Oh, just got it. Nice. Those guys freak me out. Yeah, I never liked those boards. Although they are kind of unique in a way. They're kind of like those boards. I don't know if you remember this from Mario 3, but I remember there being some boards where like you had to continually hit the P, and like if you didn't, then the things underneath you would like turn to coins or something, and then you would fall to your death. So like some of the boards were like you had to keep getting those things. But anyway, let's. Oh, I remember these temple boards. Yeah, okay. Donkey can jump on these guys, but Diddy cannot. So that's one disadvantage. And I always cracked up at those little, what do you call them? Beaver guys or whatever, in the little circles. I guess right now I should be using Diddy since there aren't any big guys around. And I don't know if I should go for this bonus, but I'm going to anyway. There we go. Yeah, P-Wing. P-Wing. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, there was the P-Wing, but there was also like those little, they were in Mario World too. They were like these little switches. They were like purple. I thought they had P on them, maybe not, but you would like hit them and then like certain blocks would turn to coins and certain coins would turn to blocks. And so like you had to keep jumping on them to make sure that you had something to stand on. So that's, I don't know if you recall any of those boards in the Mario levels. But here we got a bonus. Ooh, here's, apparently we got a little extra room here. And I'm gonna just try to get as many of these guys as possible. And I'm not gonna backtrack for any at the moment. I'm just gonna kind of roll with whatever I got in front of me. So far. Not exactly sure how they do the points. I feel like this is a really good run so far. Alright, 350. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so there was always those boards like. I feel like it's. I see this in Shovel Knight too, because technically Shovel Knight has a lot of platforming elements in it. That's a game I'd like to stream later at some point. But there's always certain boards where, like, hitting buttons along the way basically is part of the challenge. So I think that was just kind of Donkey Kong's version of it. I've never really seen it done before this game, where like you have enemies that will come alive or whatever. So I always thought that was really neat. But so far, not to jinx it, this, well, I kind of just jinxed it. This run has been relatively smooth, and I don't want to get caught having to play this board again, so I probably need to focus here. Ooh, got lucky there. I deserve that. Sometimes when I see enemies, it's best to be aggressive and just go ahead and attack them. A lot of times I like, you know, hesitate and try to pull back, and then all you end up doing is running right into the thing that's going to kill you. Well, that was not well executed. Whoops, whoops. Oh man, I almost got killed right there. Dang it, I knew I wasn't going to be fast enough. Let's go back to Candy Kong at this point and save, and then we'll take on the boss. But so far, World 2, especially for me not playing the game in a while, that was a pretty good run. Only had a couple deaths there. And welcome in for anybody just joining us. Just having a very casual, relaxing run of Donkey Kong Country tonight. It was a special request by one of my, ooh, that was not good, one of my viewers, and been playing the Legend of Zelda series, but tonight I'm just kind of having fun with this one. So hopefully we'll see how far we can get through it. And I probably won't finish it tonight, but if I do okay, I might play it again on Thursday. All right. Let's keep on moving. Vine Valley. I really like the music in these boards too. Whoops. Oops. Got a little ahead of myself there. Nicely done. Thank you, I Call Peach. I appreciate that. Hopefully we can continue the good luck running. As I mentioned earlier, just like that, I get into too big of a rush sometimes for these games. So I always feel like I need to be constantly doing something instead of taking my time. Oh, I don't know what just happened right there, but okay, I'll take it. Oops. I always love these levels because of the scenery. Yeah, I did too. I'm not a huge fan of the like dark pit scenery or whatever, or like caverns. So I like the green and being outside. And I've never been a huge fan of ice levels either. I think forest levels have always been my favorite in games. Whoops. Alright. So far so good. I knew I was going too fast on that one. Alright, doesn't matter as long as we made it to the end. So I think one more and I need to go back. If we can get to Funky's Flights, I can head back and save my game again, so. I wonder how I'm supposed to get up there. Whoops. Nope. Is there like a... There we go. Alright, got it. I forget, is there an ice level in Donkey Kong? I feel like I remember snow. Yes, seems like there was some snow, but I actually don't remember the extent of it. It's been, honestly, like over a decade since I played through this game. So, I remember there being some snow levels in the newer one on the Wii, and the name of the one on Wii U is called Tropical Freeze, so I would imagine there would be at least some ice stuff. But, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Usually in Nintendo games, if you really think about it, a lot of times the ice boards and ice worlds are like later in the game. For example, like in Mario 3 on regular Nintendo, there's technically 8 worlds, and the first ice one, I guess the only one, is World 6. So 6 out of 8 is pretty deep into the game. And let's see, I think there might be some ice levels in Mario World, but I actually can't quite remember where they are. Well, that was not well executed. So real quick, just want to give a big shout out to you, I Call Peach, for watching the stream and interacting with me and chatting. This is the most chats I've ever had in one session, so this is a lot of fun for me. And this always reminded me of the Ewoks in Star Wars. Like if you, like, up in the trees and stuff, I don't know if you remember where they lived in Return of the Jedi, but these boards always seemed to me like they were sort of paying tribute to that a little bit. Oh, I got so lucky there. I can't believe I did that. Oh my gosh, me too. Are you talking about the Ewok thing? Sorry, I didn't quite see exactly when you made that comment. I always thought of this as the Ewok level. Oh, yeah. Nice. It looks just like it to me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just my, you know, nostalgia talking, but like, I don't know. I always loved Return of the Jedi, and I always thought the Ewoks were really cool, and this always seemed like at the end I was going to find Princess Leia and C-3PO. Go. Awesome. let's go save this game. So real quick, I Call Peach, if you are still hanging out, got a quick question for you. I purposely put in some pictures on the stream, and the bottom right one is actually from an ad in Nintendo Power Magazine. I've talked about it earlier. Can you see it at all, or is it just like, because I can't really see it on my screen, but I'm curious to know how big it is. Like, can you actually see the individual Super Nintendo games that are in the advertisement, or is it just kind of like too small to read? I also forgot how barrel heavy this level is and how frustrating it can be, almost as bad as the minecart level. I know. The ones that have excessive amounts of barrels can sometimes be frustrating because, like, usually there's at least 2 tricky ones, and you can get really, like, deep into it and then miss. And it's instant death. Like, you know, you don't get a second chance. You just got to start all over. Oh no. I hate bees. Alright, good. It's really small. Yeah, I can't really get it to be any bigger without getting it onto the game footage. So anyway, all that is an advertisement that was in Nintendo Power Magazine, and it includes a bunch of games right before Christmas when I was in 6th grade. And Donkey Kong Country is on there, as well as like Final Fantasy III and Super Punch-Out and several other games that I was super interested in. And I actually got this game for Christmas that year, and like 1 or 2 of those other games. So this game is really special to me in terms of nostalgia because it is part of the greatest Nintendo Christmas that I ever had. Well, I made an attempt at that. Holy crap, how long does this go? Alright. Alright, so it looks like we got a few more people joining us. Welcome in. I am just casually playing through Donkey Kong Country since it was a request by one of my viewers. And last few weeks I've been playing the original trilogy of Zelda games. Zelda 1 on NES, Zelda 2 on NES, and then on Sunday I finished a stream of A Link to the Past. But I'm kind of just relaxing tonight. I haven't played Donkey Kong Country in a really long time. And I'm not the greatest at platformers, but so far we're in World 3 and not doing too badly so far. And if I can't finish the game tonight, which is probably likely, I might stream it again on Thursday. But feel free to chat, ask questions. I'm mostly just talking about random memories of playing this game as a kid, answering questions in the chat. So here's another temple level. I always hated these because I always really disliked those beaver guys in the circles. So I guess I'm supposed to go down here. Okay. Whoops. Host hit invincibility for the enemies. Makes it difficult. Alright, let's move on quickly here. Guess that guy's still, oh boy. Guess he's still coming behind us. Better run quick. Alright, that was pretty uneventful. So now we get to save one more time, and then I guess maybe one more fight, and then a boss, something like that. Let's check on the chat real quick, see if we got anybody logged in. Still got I Call Peach hanging out. So anybody else that's not logged into chat, cool, welcome. I always really like this music too, since this was like the first music you hear in the game. I think like if you look back on my favorite games are really the Super Nintendo era. I like all retro games just in general, but the games that are like the real classics are the ones that are not only fun, they have good graphics, but they also have great music. I feel like a game has to have great music to be considered, you know, replayable over and over again. I actually don't really remember this board. I guess they're making fun of the Donkey Kong throwing the barrels trope. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Any enemy that followed you through a level always gave me anxiety, like the ghosts in Mario. Yeah, I can identify with that too. It's almost like they would make you play much worse than you normally would. Just like, even though if you played normal, you'd be fine. It's just that you knew that they were coming, and so like it made you think twice about everything. It's kind of like the best explanation I can give would be, if anybody's ever played golf before, it's like you can be playing perfectly fine, and you can, you know, be a good player or doing well, and if you just hit the ball normally, it'll go over, but you come up to a tee box and there's water in front of the tee, and you know that if you like mess the shot up, it's going to go in the water. That's what getting followed by the enemies is like. It's like you just need to act normal, but in reality it gets in your head and you make a mistake. So at least that's what it was like for me. Oh, this guy throws him quickly. There we go, much better. Whoa! Looks like it's getting nighttime in the back. We got some nice sunset colors. Alright, save it one more time. And then we got, looks like a boss here. Kind of made it through the first 3 levels fairly quickly, assuming that I can beat this boss fairly fast. Oh, this is not a boss level. I take that back. I'm usually very like bad at these boards, so we need to find a fish fast that I can ride. Give me some extra hits. I don't even know why I got that. I didn't need it. And I'm gonna be quiet for a minute and actually try to do decently at this board. Okay, halfway point is good. Ugh. guess I shouldn't be so hesitant now that I've got Donkey Kong back. It's not like I'm gonna die with one hit. I think I've got to be getting near the end of this thing. Whoa! Ouch. Good grief. There we go, thank goodness. It says also the little chomper gators in the level. I love the sound of their jaws closing. It's weirdly pleasing. Yeah, that is kind of interesting. I was actually watching a stream earlier and somebody was playing a game where they were farming and there was no music. It was just like these really pleasant sounds. It's kind of funny how the sound effects can be strangely relaxing on certain games. Okay, who we got this time? B? Oh, I guess you can't hit it when he's red, okay. Okay, I get it now. The only bad thing about Diddy is the way Diddy throws barrels is like really difficult to hit stuff. Because he's too small, you know? Hit on this guy? Oh, good grief. Alright, let's try this again. Now that I actually know what I'm doing. It should be a little easier. Oh crap, I didn't realize he would turn around that quickly. So I need to make him chase me across the board to eat up part of his rage timer. Looks like we're in pretty good shape here. There, that got it. Alright. The boss reminds me of one of the Bowser's defeat phases in Super Mario World where he gets in angry mode. Okay. Which part was that? Was that when he... Are you talking about Super Mario World where he's in the little helicopter type thing? Because I'm trying to remember exactly which part you're talking about. Like, I think he starts moving faster and he starts, like, jumping at you or something like that. Like, you gotta jump underneath this thing. I think that's what you mean. Oh, and here we go. The quintessential and obligatory ice level. And I'm sure there'll be many more of these. So get ready to do a lot of slipping. There's some relaxing chomps. Whoops. I can't believe I did that. Yeah, the helicopter, I got you. Yeah, I do remember that actually. Every time that you defeat one of his phases, he gets angrier, and then it's like his helicopter starts following you around more, and then he starts jumping at you. Ah, that was poorly executed. One thing I've noticed about these games is not all the time, but a lot of the time on the barrels, if you fire it at the first available chance that you get, then you typically end up avoiding whatever enemy they put in your way. So that's why a lot of times I try to just sort of go with my gut reaction, because it usually ends up usually means that I can avoid whatever creature's there. Alright, let's find out here. Okay. Sometimes when I play games like this, I find that I get frustrated, like when I start dying a few times in a row. So I need to make a point to focus here. I don't even know why I decided to go for that rhinoceros. Alright, let's just beat this board. So frustrating. Alright, there we go. Much better. Hang them in there. I was always much better at the barrels when they were moving, as opposed, or excuse me, when they were like moving but not turning. The twisting ones always threw me off a little bit. How many times am I going to do that? Alright, so I need to aggressively attack those birds. Just kind of roll with it. There we go, that was a little bit better. Okay. Ooh, that must have been like the super secret thing that you could do that you didn't realize you were doing, but actually got you to the end of the board. Okay, how about that? I thought I'd made a mistake. Alright, I'm glad to be done with that. Let's see if we can at least make it to the point where we can save the game. Slip, slide, ride. Is this another? No, it's not a mine cart. I guess we're just doing a whole lot of climbing of the ropes here. Oh, I get it. Guess that was not my smartest decision. That's where I was supposed to take it. Alright, not doing too bad so far. Let's see if we can get to the halfway point. Ooh. Well, I was not expecting that. Oh no. Alright, very good. Oops. Forgot that you cannot. Whoa! You cannot roll into those guys. Thank you, Alcohol Peach. I assume you were referencing my jump into the halfway point, or whatever, the checkpoint. Got pretty lucky on there. Why do I keep trying to turn into those guys? Not good. As you can see, I have lost several lives in the last 5 minutes or so. I think ice levels are the bane of my platforming existence. Good grief. doing well. Gonna have to actually try to focus here. Sometimes I find with these old games, like when I make a few mistakes, I kind of quit thinking about what I'm doing and I'm just trying to hustle. I need to actually think about what I'm doing here. It's always the better option. Seriously, I mean, where am I supposed to jump? I couldn't even see the ground on that one. I'm still impressed. The ice is hard and there's bees. Yeah, I know. Plus, Donkey Kong Country is like, a lot of these boards are sort of built around like if you make one mistake, then you just fall to your death. So it's kind of like no matter how far you get, you know, one tiny error is the end of your run. Oh boy. So my stream on my computer, like where I see my channel, it's stuck on when I was in the water. But is it still running smoothly on your end? Like, can you hear me and can you see that I'm still in these ice levels? I just want to make sure that the main thing is that, good grief, the main thing is that the stream is running properly. But sometimes I can't tell when my computer is messing up the feed. Oh boy, whoa. Alright, we're getting close. Let's not screw it up now. Oh, I get it. I don't even care. Let's just get to the exit and get out of here. Everything looks and sounds good. Awesome. Glad to hear it. And thank you again, I Call Peach, for hanging out. This has been the most interactive stream I've had yet. It's been a lot of fun for me. Okay, so I don't know what all's over there. I'm just gonna go ahead and move through this level. God, that ice is brutal. Alright, very good. I always really like the music in this in these bonus stages. It's like they were just a whole lot of fun. So always puts you in a good mood. Oh, he moved. Alright, halfway point, that's good. We really need to get a save soon because I'm running out of lives and we haven't saved in a while. And I don't want to have to play these boards over again. That would be such a travesty. Little chomper man over here. Here we go. Alright, there's the G. So, oh, dadgummit. So close. I deserve that. Okay, I'm gonna leave the remote alone. There we go. I feel like I was so close on that one. Just need to focus a little bit here and I should be able to get it. Oh boy. There we go. Oops. And I'm about to get hit by the... Okay. Run fast. Okay. Alright, very good. Oh, that hurts when you see the exit sign and you die. I know, it's the worst. Oh man, we're gonna have to beat another board before we get a chance to save. Oh, and it's the bane of my existence, the water boards. Although this one is quite attractive with the blue coloring. Very nice. Alright, I think this guy's gonna chase me. Oh boy, here we go. I guess I wasn't supposed to go down there. Alright, I guess we'll just keep going. Alright, let's do this. And keep on trucking along here. Oh, no, I don't care about the bananas. Okay. Oh boy. Alright, there we go. One thing that is kind of fun about games like Donkey Kong Country or Super Mario World or just any sort of action game in general, you know, a little bit with Zelda, but really more with games like this where you're platforming. Oh my goodness. You have all these like moments, very split-second moments where you're like really nervous or like excited about something that happened and you're having to react super fast. So that actually makes these games a lot of fun, even though it can be really frustrating. Oh, almost got hit by the jellyfish. Well, luckily that was right there, so. Alright, let's roll through this a lot faster. That thing, gotta move. No, why did I go up there? That was the dumbest thing I could have done. So I call Peach as in general. I know you said you played this game and you beat it, so how do you feel about water levels? Generally speaking, do you like them in the games that you play, or, you know, would you rather avoid them or what? I like that they're in the game because I like the variety, but at the same time, I'm always bad at these particular types of boards. There we go. I hit that guy every time. This time keep going. Alright. Can we get a checkpoint, please? Checkpoint, checkpoint. Oh, goodness. Alright, so I've only got what? 2 more shots here? Alright, I'm actually going to have to think and focus this time. Because I do not want to have to play those boards over again. Maybe I will rise to the challenge. I'm doing a little bit better this time. I think I gotta avoid, yeah, I gotta avoid that guy here. And then head into the barrels. Surely the checkpoint is somewhere around here. Oh boy. Oh no. Okay. Whew. There's the checkpoint. Man, if that's only halfway through the board, I don't think I've got a very good chance of beating this thing. Oh boy, there we go. Oh, goodness. Oh boy. Yes, okay, I got 2 hits left. I really need that. Gotta be getting near the end at some point. Only the end so far? I really wish that would have been the G. I think there's a secret path over there to the left, but I'm just gonna keep on trucking because I just am trying to beat the board. Couldn't outrace that one. Okay, there's the sign. There's got to be at least a couple more things in my way. Oh boy. Thank goodness. Please let me be able to save my game. In general, I hate them. I love how calming the ones in Donkey Kong appear, though, but I hate the lack of control, but I guess that is where the challenge is. Yeah, that's true. I feel like this is a maze. So do I. Oh my gosh, we still have another board. So I've got to beat this one to be able to save it. Yeah, hooray, only... only now there's one more board that I have to beat before I can save it, and if I don't do that, then I have to go all the way back to the forest level. This is not good. Not good at all. I guess, I can't remember if there's some way for me to go outside of the board other than Funky Kong, but alright. Let's do the best we can here. Oh, we got Mr. Parrot Man. How is it that he can just walk right through that wall? It doesn't make any sense. We're gonna be in trouble now because I don't know if Diddy can. I don't know if Diddy can jump on those guys or not. Oh, wow. That was really fortunate. Okay, we got a 1-up. That's excellent. Let's see if we can keep this thing rolling here. Oh, boy. Hey! Thank you for the encouragement, I call Peach. Let's save this bad boy. Alright. And Candy Kong encourages Donkey along. I like that his little girlfriend helps him out. Alright, 30% of the way through the game. Not bad. Let's, I think what I'd like to do is attempt to, at minimum, beat this world. And then after that, I'll kind of think about if I want to keep playing or maybe, you know, call it quits for the night and conclude this on Thursday. But so far, I mean, I'm having a really fun time. This has been really fun. I haven't played this game in a long time. Whoops. And we got more Ewok levels now. Oh boy. Well, at least I got to the halfway point. Save, save, save. Yeah, I know, man. I gotta tell you. That is, I remember, dadgummit. I remember that stressing me out a lot as a kid. Like, the first time, I remember the first time that I beat a bunch of levels and then had to go back and beat them again because I hadn't saved. I remember, like, how bummed I was about it. And I just kind of, like, sat there and just stared at the screen for a few minutes. Okay. Not bad. I deserve that. Okay. Well, got our first game over, but that's okay. We got to the save point, which was super critical and crucial. So let's keep on rolling and try to beat this world. And even though we lost the checkpoint, not a super huge deal. It shouldn't be too bad getting back to it. Oh, I was trying to jump on the tire. Wait, how did that happen? I guess I can't go through the floor of it. I remember getting so emotional over games. Yeah, it's like you get really frustrated, you know? I think I learned some of my emotional responses to games from my oldest brother, Butler. He was the first main person I ever watched play video games. And he wasn't too bad, but there were definitely times where he would get super frustrated and toss the controller. Not too often, but occasionally. And I distinctly remember he was actually really good at video games when I was a kid. I remember he played through Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, which is actually still to this day a very difficult video game. In fact, I might stream that at some point. And like he managed to get all the way to Mike Tyson, and you know, we kept watching him and we were really excited about him trying to beat it, but it was just really hard. And he lost many bouts to Mike Tyson, and there was a lot of frustration about it along the way. I Call Peach, if you recall, what do you think was the game that you got the most frustrated at, you know, when you were playing games back when you were a kid? I think mine was Mortal Kombat. My sister and I used to play Mortal Kombat 2, and she really upset me sometimes. We were very competitive over the games, and there were times where she would talk smack to me, and I think I got more upset over that game than any other game. How on earth? Let's do this. Come on. God, I'm such a noob. Alright. Let's try this one more time. I'm bound and determined to beat this world. There should only be, what, 2? Maybe 3 boards left, so I should be able to do it. And I apologize for the sound in the background. Sirens. I live next to a hospital, so occasionally the ambulances come through. Let's see. Probably the original Mario, only because when I would mess up, I would have to wait for my turn again, and since my brother was so good, it could be so long before it was my turn again. I could imagine that being very frustrating. Now, I guess if you played the original Mario Brothers and y'all took turns, were you Luigi? Like, since your brother was older than you, were you Luigi? Or were you able to play Mario? Because I think in that one you actually got to take turns as, excuse me, the 2 brothers. Alright. Let's focus a little bit better here. As soon as I say that, I die. I feel like my timing on that is pretty poor. Always Luigi, always. Here's kind of something that I think I'm maybe a little unique on. Even when I was very young as a kid, when we first got our Nintendo, I was probably 4 or 5. But when I would watch my 2 brothers play 2-player, I always thought Luigi looked cooler. I thought the green color was cooler than the red. And it always frustrated me that in the original Mario Brothers, if you're Luigi, but you get a fire flower, you actually look exactly the same as Mario does when he has a fire flower. And I always thought that was frustrating. I thought it would be cool if Luigi, shot a green fireball and had green in his overalls or whatever. Oh, please, get me to the end of this board. Can't get there fast enough. There we go. Okay, I've got more than 1 life, so I'm going to try Really Naughty Rampage the second time. I'm going to try it 1 time before I go save again, just so I don't have to beat that board again. If I can beat him on the first... What just happened? I don't understand what's happening here. Alright. I always preferred Luigi's green too. Yeah, green's a great color. Much better than red. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to backtrack into the ice level. I'm going to save the game. And then I'm going to use Funky Kong's flights to get even further. So, generally speaking, at this point, I could just quit and come back to it later. Although I'm feeling, okay, I could play a little bit longer. Let's see, I Call Peach, you're still in here. Looks like we had a few other viewers. Would you prefer that I keep playing, or do you think like that's a good place to stop for the evening? Maybe come back to it Thursday. probably head out in 10. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think that this is a good place to stop for the evening. Let me take Funky's flights. We've got, I would imagine that we've got Crimcroc Industries Incorporated, maybe one more world after that. And then the pirate ship, I think, is the final boss. So at least 2 more worlds, maybe 3. So I think that'd be a good place to stop for the evening and come back to it. I'll stream on Thursday and try to beat the rest of Donkey Kong Country and check another retro game off the list. But thanks for everybody who stopped in. I Call Peach in particular, thank you so much. Always good to see you. Thank you for chatting with me and sharing your memories with me as well. So this was a lot of fun, and I will catch you guys on Thursday. Have a good night.